Hey, my Liptons. So I wanted to do a House of the Dragon episode. I think there's episode five, right? Episode five review. Yeah, I already know I do these weekly reviews of the show. I am a fan of the show. So if y'all want to, watch older reviews I've done on House of the Dragon, y'all can go to my playlist. Get a House of the Dragon / Game of Thrones playlist on my YouTube channel. And also, while you do that, please make sure that y'all are subscribed to the channel. Okay, the goal is to get up to 900 subscribers. The goal is to get well. Right now, I want to get up to 900 subscribers. The goal is to get up to 1,000. Thank y'all. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have come to my channel. I appreciate it. And let's get into this video. So, y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. In this episode, there were obviously okay. Like I guess maybe this is like the mood for this season. I think this is something that the writers went into thinking, I guess from their standpoint, and what they want to do is they really, it's like in one episode it's like, slow build, and then something happens, but it's like it's not too overly dramatic, and then the next episode will be like super duper slow, not a lot going on, just more so dialogue and some scenes. And then the next episode is like, still going slow, but then something big happens. So I think, maybe the writers for season 2 of House of the Dragon want this to be a slow burn season. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I wish that that could have been communicated before the season 2 came out, that this season, you know it's like, of course, crazy things are always going to happen, but it's like this is going to be more of like a slow burn kind of a season. We're going to get into the dialogue, we're going to also get into some form of other plots that may not seem like sometimes the viewers were actually maybe trying to be invested in. And that's gonna go for as far as like looking into this whole situation that's going on with Daemon and Harrenhal. Um, and just overall with like also what's going on with Rhaenyra. Like, I don't know, like with Rhaenyra, I hope someone can tell me this in the comments, because I'm not into I never read the books, so maybe y'all can express this to me in the comment section. Like, has Rhaenyra always been this kind of like undecided with her thoughts, doesn't really know direction, where to go to next? I would even say like she is a little bit weak at times. So I don't know, maybe y'all guys can tell me in the book, in the comment section, if she is like that in the books, because I don't know, it's just like even with Rhaenyra's character this whole season, I felt like, and then again it's like, okay, at first I let you slide the first episode because you were grieving and stuff, but it's like, girl, now it's time to get information. Like, what is going on? And I feel like, Rhaenyra doesn't have a lot of control right now with the council, with what's going on. So I don't know if her character is like this in the books. I don't know. So I can honestly, if she is like that in the books, then I'm not gonna talk too much shit about it. But like, if that's not the case, and the writers just made Rhaenyra into like this form of and listen, I'm all good with a good. I love me a good damsel in distress kind of a character. Okay, I love me some of that. But it's like with Rhaenyra right now, it's just I'm not really feeling her too with her strategies and what she's trying to do, or what, like, I don't know. But this episode overall, I would say like, yes, there were some dialogue, some scenes that I liked, but overall, I was just kind of like, it's okay. Like it's cool. Like I wasn't completely bored as I was for episode 3. Like, but it was still like, this episode was like also mid. You know what I mean? It was mid. It was like a good maybe 5.5 out of 10, 6 out of, it's around there, and it's like, I don't know. In a way, I can kind of see if like after this episode that there will be a drop in viewership for next week's House of the Dragon, because it's like at this point it's like, yeah, this is it's going so slow, and it's like they're just talking a lot, and there's some plots in there where it's just like it's getting annoying now, and this is where I need to talk about Daemon, and I'm glad people are, calling this out and are feeling the way I've been feeling, I would say, for the past, you know episode or two. I have been feeling like this whole situation with Damon and this whole Harrenhal it's at this point it's like it's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary, and it's like this one pointed this out. They said that they can't adapt simple things from FMB, Fire and Blood, but they have the time to put this stupid shit like this. And then this person said, right, they erase important figures and plots from the war because they don't have time. This is according to what the writer said from House of the Dragon. But they sure have time and the budget for something disgusting as this. And listen, don't, and I know there's gonna be some people that are gonna be like, oh, how y'all gonna talk about disgusting things and blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, this show is disgusting overall, and the books and everything, incest and stuff. And it's like, yes, that is true. Yes, incest, whatever. But this felt like this whole situation with Daemon, and like it's not just this. It's just overall what's going on with Daemon right now and his character and this whole Harrenhal thing. It's getting dragged out. It's getting dragged out, and it's like the first time it was like, okay, like I don't know what's going on here. They're gonna do some supernatural shit. And listen, of course, in these stories, especially within the, George R. Martin books, there was some magic that some of these characters practice. There were some witchcraft, some things here and there, but it wasn't the overall plot. You know what I mean? And it's like people are starting to kind of it's getting dragged. Like we're kind of getting bored of it at this point, and it's like it's getting ridiculous. It's like, can we move on? Can we move on? And y'all can tell me too in the comment section if this was going on with Damon's character in the books, so that like in a way it can kind of feel justified for why they're dragging this out. But even that is like, we need to move on from this. We need to move on from this because it's getting and it's like seeing this woman and then only to find out it's his mother. We're like, what the hell? Like, so this person said, I gotta be honest, this Daemon and Harrenhal story is boring me to death. It reminds me of Arya and Essos. Skip through those scenes. And I just feel like, people are tired. People are tired of what's going on with Daemon. We expected Daemon to be like this hardcore, like fierce guy that's gonna kill all. Even the beginning scene, when he was confronting those soldiers, it was like, I expected something really bad to happen where he was gonna take his dragon and burn those bitches up. But like, and obviously, like when they moved on to the scene where he's just sitting down, he was like, I didn't really expect for them to wanting to die so easily. I'm not gonna lie, I did chuckle, but I don't know. I'm bored with this whole Daemon Harrenhal story. It's like, get the hell out of there, or someone needs to rescue him or something, because it's like either he's gonna die in Harrenhal or he leaves. And at this point, especially next episode, something has to give in Daemon's story. Something has to give, because we cannot keep doing this back and forth in Harrenhal where he took some ecstasy and now he's hallucinating out here in these streets. Like, it's like he took some Molly and he's out here just going through it, playing around with the ghosts. It's like, I'm not interested anymore. It's like, we're over it. I guess maybe some people like the campy stuff of it all, but it's annoying. And I'm glad that people are calling that out and are pissed off that certain stories got cut off from the season, but yet they have time for, spooky dooky, supernatural, magic. Like, it's just like, y'all could have let this out. Y'all could have left this out, and like I said, and don't get me wrong, I want the show to be successful, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is a drop in viewership for next week, because it's like this whole thing is a huge turnoff at this point. It's a huge turnoff. So that is my thoughts on Daemon and what he's going through. Like I said, I won't talk about Rhaenyra too much because I feel like she's just weak to me. I feel it's just like what she's doing and the fact that her council keeps punking her. It's like, but then again, I also think that, the reason why, they were showing Rhaenyra and how her council is, and also speaking on Alicent, and also looking at Alicent's situation. I'm going to get to Alicent in a second. It really shows, you know, how these, especially how their councils, these men, how they really look at them. They're definitely in their sexist, misogynist era. You feel me? Like they're really in that. But then again, it's also a thing of like, have Rhaenyra, or Allison showed that sign, have shown people, or has like portrayed themselves to be like unapproachable, where like you can't just talk to me no kind of way. You know what I mean? Because it's like, best believe, no councilman will be talking to Visenya like that. You know, Aegon the Conqueror's sister wife. Best believe that Visenya, you're not gonna step to her like that. You know what I mean? So it's like with Rhaenyra, I just feel like, she's going through the motions, and it's like, in a way, I could kind of see what she's going through, because like, they usurped her throne. Daemon, her having problems. She don't know what's going on with Daemon at Harrenhal. Her son just died. She's getting disrespected all the time at the council. So it's like, I think she's like, she's on defense instead of on offense. Okay, and it's like, right now we want Rhaenyra to be on offense. Like, get off on the defense side. Okay, you're when you always on this defense side, you're building like your own shield, around you, so that you're not really stepping out of that, those unfortunate cracks. You know what I mean? And it's like, she needs to be on the offense at this point. It's like, time is running out. Rhaenys got killed as it is. Like, wrap it up. Wrap it up. You know? Aegon, I won't talk to you. I won't discuss you too much. They said that you're out here looking like your dad on his deathbed. And honestly, this could be like the I guess maybe the irony, or like the, just looking at this image, it's like, it's so reminiscent of, Viserys and what happened with him. So it's like, and seeing them taking, like, Aemon burnt Aegon real bad. Like, Aegon's is like, like, armor was freaking stuck to his, like, it got burnt so badly that it got stuck to his skin. So they had to like freaking scrape that shit off. His bone, like his freaking knee was broken. Like, Aegon is definitely not gonna recover from this. He's definitely not gonna recover. And Aemon knew what he was doing. I don't know why people. I was so surprised to see that people actually thought that Aemon did it by accident. It's like, no, Aemon didn't do that shit by accident. Are y'all serious? Did y'all watch what I watched? But no, like, Aegon is like, you're never gonna recover from this. You're forever gonna be disabled, or deformed. So that's to put it more in better terms. So it is what it is. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. So it is what it is. Speaking of Aemon, Aemon is on. Like I said, he wants to be king. He wants to do his thing. He was staring that Iron Throne down. Then you had Helena coming up there talking about was it all worth it? To him, it was, sis. To him, it definitely was. Aemon knew exactly what he was doing. He wants that throne, and he punked his mama right out of that position. Okay. Aemon had all the cards and decks aligned in place for him, and Alicent had to learn the hard way. And let me get to Alicent real quick. I'm gonna get to Jason in a second, but let me get to Alicent real quick. Alicent, and they said this on Twitter. I liked it. Hold on. Let me find a tweet. They said here, Alicent thought that a council full of men were going to let her rule in Aegon's place when she helped usurp Rhaenyra, who is the rightful heir and is a female herself. I just have to laugh. And that is true. And someone else said this too. Let me find it. They said this too. They said so Allison really thought a room full of ragging misogynists and incels were going raging misogynists and incels were going to name her regent. Allison is the most unserious character on the show. And honestly, she really thought that Larry's was gonna come over there and be on her side. Baby, Larry's is for Larry's. Okay? Larry's is the pure definition of an instigator, incel, like he does things on his own will for his own benefit wherever the wind blows. She really thought Larry's was gonna be on her side like that. And it's just like, girl, this man literally killed his own father and brother for your cause. Like, this man is not, like, what makes you think a man like that will be loyal in any kind of way? When a man wasn't even loyal to his own family. So it's just like, she really, really thought that she was doing something. Like, she really, and on top of that, Sir Kristen Cole, like, and then now looking at, she's pissed off Sir Kristen Cole. It's like, girl, don't be mad. And I think even in this scene right here where she's like, when they put her in her place and said that, no, we're not going to be listening to you. Aemon is going to be Prince Regent. And her just sitting down there and her looking around, I think that kind of reminded her. Like, I think she hasn't been reminded in a very long time. I think, lately because she's been on her hot girl shit that, she's been, fornicating. She's been, having abortions. She's, usurping throne. Like, she's been doing her thing, her getting her rocks off. And I think because, she's been breaking the rules, she's been doing her thing, she's been sinning. She thought that, okay, well, this is also going to go my way. And it's like, no, girl. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And honestly, she has forgotten how this works. And now seeing that everybody has put her in her place, especially her quote unquote supposed allies, it kind of now this scene, what I think that she was thinking about, like, wow, like, I'm literally in a prison and I just made my own window, like Rhaenys told her. So at the end of the day, Allison, you're just gonna have to accept, you being what you are and stay in your lane. That's basically what they tell you. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. Okay? At the end of the day, sit your woman ass down and pay attention to what Aemon has to say, and we'll go forward from there. And and clearly, she definitely believes that Aemon has something to do with what happened to Aegon, because she's very suspicious. She's asking Sir Kristen Cole, but he's not telling her the truth. But she knows what it is. So I don't know. Allison is just like, at this point, I can't, at this point, I dragged you, I cursed you out, but it's tiring now. It's tiring to keep, getting on this channel and roasting you every chance I get. But you chose, at this point, forget the easy way, bitch. There was never an easy way. You chose to learn this the hard way. And it's going to continue to be that way. Because you are miserable within your life, and you have been miserable for a very long time, you thought that everybody else has to be miserable with you. And it's like, nah, fam. Nah. So that's that. Bayla, listen, y'all know I've been on this channel. I was like, yo, give my girl Bayla some scenes, give her some dialogue scenes. We need her to have more of a presence. I was happy with her presence in this episode. My good sis was crying. She's very emotional about what happened to her grandmother, Rhaenys. Felt so bad for her. Her that scene with Corlys was really cool, where she was talking to Corlys about being, that Rhaenyra wants him to be the hand. And he was like, she's just doing that because she wants to compensate for Rhaenys' death. And is like, listen. And she was like, listen, at the end of the day, just go support Rhaenyra. Okay, let's just go support her. So Bayla definitely knows who she, like, clearly watching her in this episode, like, she knows who she is and she knows what she wants out of life. And, just, and of course, like, she also recognizes, like, there's going to be some unfortunate losses, and she's willing to take that risk, fighting for Rhaenyra's claim. And I really, really like Bela. Like I really do. I think that she is a breath of fresh air, you know, and especially with now if you really think about it, Bela's really alone because like her sister went to Pentos, grandsire is doing whatever he's doing, like mother's dead, grandmother's dead, who both she was close to, her uncle, so it's like and then on top of that, her dad, who has been at Harrenhal, going through the Ghostbusters. It's like, my good sis has been alone. I will say that, she has definitely been alone, but she knows what she wants out of life, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And someone did say this though. Let me go to it. I'm not gonna lie, because when I saw this scene, I was like, wait a minute, are they about to do this? They said, I watched the scene. They said, yeah, they need to kiss already. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw this, like when he came, because when Jace came to see Bale, no, Bela stopped Jace because he was going, I don't know, the phrase or something, and Bela was trying to stop him, but she was looking very emotional and stuff. I thought there was gonna be at least like a hug, or like a little smooch here, and I'm like, y'all need to kiss already. Like y'all need to, something needs to happen here. Okay, I can feel the tension. Okay, I can feel some tension happening. It might be my own little tension, but like y'all, something needs to give. Something needs to give. Okay. And it's like on top of that too, it's like, girl, I also wanted Jace to console Bela too, because like she did lose her grandmother. So it was just like I needed something in that dynamic. I needed something. But yeah, we'll see what happens going on with Jace and Bela, like where their storyline goes. And speaking of Jace, I was definitely feeling Jace in this episode. Jace definitely, wants to walk the beat of his own drums. And I think that he also recognizes that Rhaenyra has low key been weak, and he doesn't want to say it like that, because he doesn't want to hurt his mom's feelings. But I think he does look at it like that, and it's just like, we need to make a move. We can't just keep doing little things here and there. It's just like we need to be getting our leg back. Okay. So he told Bela, like, listen, I'm going to the phrase. I'm gonna go get them together. United. Something needs to get. So he went there without giving, and he told Bela not to tell Rhaenyra. So he went there with his dragon and was just basically like, y'all are worried about to the phrase. He was like, y'all are worried about Vhagar, but bitch, my dragon is right up, right at the gate. Right out the gate. Vhagar's all the way in freaking King's. Like, don't worry about that big ass old bitch. Worry about me right now, okay? And you need to bend that knee while you're at it, okay? I was feeling Jace throughout this whole episode. I like the way he comes across. He comes across pissed, angry, emotional, like all the things to the many faces, okay? And Jace wants Rhaenyra to win. He wants vengeance for his brother, and as he should. And I like the fact that he's willing to put himself out there like that. And he's told Rhaenyra too. He's like, listen, you're always stopping me from putting dipping my toes into the water. You keep you're basically like a cock block at this point. Like, it's like you're clock blocking me from doing anything. And Rhaenyra was like, oh, you're too young. Your dragon is too young, Jace. He's too. Oh, what if Vhagar were to come in? And he's like, listen, we just can't like stop ourselves from doing things just because Aemon might come up from the side or from the ground, might do something. Like, we need to be out there. And to Rhaenyra's credit, I'm not gonna lie. And to Rhaenyra's credit, I didn't like when she said that, what kind of a leader would I be if I don't fight for my own birthright, my own throne, so I definitely see where she's coming from. It's like, people want her to be indoors, don't want it to go out, but it's like, in a way, it makes sense for her, like, even for me, just on like a personal level. It's like, if a leader wants something, don't be sending, like, for me, like, personally, it's like, don't be sending out these random citizens to go fight your battles. No, you get out there yourself. You go on the battlefield. You go face that person that's that did you wrong. Don't be bringing anybody else out there like that for you. We have no dog in this fight. So I can see where she's coming from. But Jace, him being not only just like the son, a son, and just wanting to protect his mother, the queen. It's like we can't take that risk, and I understand his point too. Um, but Jace offer did make a suggestion that we do have dragons, Vermitor, and what's the other one's name? Is it Sunkiss? Something like that. Two dragons, but they have no riders. So Jace did suggest maybe Rhaena to ride a dragon, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And then Rhaenyra was like, no, she almost died trying to ride a dragon, or I don't know what dragon that was. I don't know if she's talking about Vhagar, because that wasn't that like the whole episode where when Aemon went to go claim Vhagar and they got into it, but but I'm like, but there was a part of me too. Maybe y'all can tell me this. Like, why didn't Rhaena go claim another dragon, or even the dragons that are there with them? Is like, why didn't she claim Vermitor? Why didn't she claim the other dragon that's there? There's like, I'm like, y'all have, even before this whole usurping thing, like y'all could have also prepped Rhaena to go and claim some dragons, but Rhaenyra was like, no, it can't be Rhaena. And then Jace was like, there are some houses that our lines are tied with each other, but it's a long, it's like they're like generations apart, like the Tullys and another house that I'm forgetting. So Rhaenyra was like, okay, like let's we can definitely bring that suggestion up and see what happens. And I think that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna get some soldiers to ride these dragons, which is gonna be very interesting. Because for so long we just seen mostly Targaryens, and now obviously Valerians ride dragons. But it's gonna be interesting to see people that are not those to ride them. So yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, child. And also, before I go, in the beginning scene where they brought Melee's head up to King's Landing, someone pointed this out last week too, that with the greens, the greens showcasing the dragon's head around the city is going to be a huge mistake, because it's going to show that they're the quote unquote dragons are vulnerable too. They can be vulnerable. And clearly that person was right, because in this episode, even the citizens were like, what the hell? Like, they brought a dragon's head. I thought dragons were like, gods and stuff like that. I thought dragons were like gods, and we thought that they were just amazing and they're immortal, but they're just meat. They're just freaking regular beasts that you can just hunt down and just throw arrows at them and maybe they'll die. So this was definitely a huge mistake on the Greens' end when it comes to the dragon. Showcasing the dragon's head all over the city, because it really showed that they're now vulnerable. They can, like, y'all can be taken out. You know, So I don't know. I think that it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get bad. But the blacks, y'all need to get y'all lick back. Y'all need to get y'all lick back, and y'all need to get it quickly, especially now since Aemon is the Prince Regent. So do it as soon as possible. Do it as soon as you can, and that'll be it. But anyway, y'all guys tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 900 subscribers. The goal is to get up to 1,000. Thank y'all so much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.